Hi. Oh.
Myron, that's my name. That's my name.
You're sitting quiet.
Hey, Unified Generation.
I'm Myron.
And I'm Chloe. We're both U.S. Youth Ambassadors from Washington.
And we're both pumped up to be with you today on Unified Talks. We're going to expand our understanding of advocating. We're here to share with you how you can advocate for others.
To advocate means to openly recommend or support a person, a group, or a cause. It's a step beyond just supporting or helping. It requires you to use your words and voice to take action to raise awareness or make change. As U.S. Youth Ambassadors, we speak up for people with intellectual disabilities. We share the importance of including people with and without disabilities together on and off the field.
Along with the other ambassadors, we also take action.
For example, we have Capitol Hill Day, where the people who make up Special Olympics go to Washington, D.C. to promote Special Olympics Unified Champion School programming, as well as Special Olympics health programming. We advocate for our state Special Olympics programs, our schools, and most importantly, the students.
We gave information, we share stories, and we offer advice.
In the end, our actions help nearly 8,000 schools receive funding for inclusion, which means thousands of students with ID now have the opportunity to be included in sports, student government, and more.
It's so empowering to help others have their voice and needs heard on such large scale. When you see others doing the same thing, encourage them.
This big work we're doing for others is amazing and can sometimes feel out of reach, but it's really just many smaller actions that add up to big change.
Big change cannot happen without taking the first step.
So let's talk a little bit about how we can start to advocate for a cause or person we care about.
Before I could speak up for others, I had to speak up for myself. I learned to use my voice to go after what I need. In 2017, I wanted to get involved with Unified and make new friends. Someone told me about Unified Bowling. I decided to go up to coach and ask if I can join. I am so happy I did that because the team was so fun. I could feel the passion and I learned from a lot of people with and without disabilities.
I also hung out with people I never would normally hang out with by joining Unified. It empowered me to bring groups together. Like in band, I introduced people to one another. This helped get rid of cliques and naturally showed people how inclusion can lead to more friendships.
That shows us how our actions can really empower others to take actions too. I love speaking up for inclusion. I'm also so proud to be a Native American. I use my voice to teach others about my heritage. I tell stories that have been passed down from my ancestors and explain our beliefs and traditions. Sharing these stories helps our culture live on. It shows we are humans and we are important. Empowers others to also share their stories and live proudly.
Speaking up about our identities and our beliefs can be so powerful. Simone Biles, Naomi Osaka, and Special Olympics Global Ambassador Michael Phelps believe in supporting the mental health of athletes. They've all spoken up in some way. It can be such a taboo topic, but talking about it raises awareness. I want to empower others to talk about their mental health and seek the help they need.
We have some great resources in the Unified Classroom and the Generation Unified YouTube channel.
Yeah, Noah and Taja spoke openly about mental health in their Moment series videos.
Before we can make any big change like some of the people we just discussed, we need to start small.
Picture a circle. This circle represents you. Now imagine a bunch of rings growing around the circle.
Your family and best friends are in the circle closest to you. Since you spend the most time with them, you probably know what they need to be successful. If you have a close friend experience a problem, speak up for them and advocate for their rights.
Talk to a teacher, coach, or administrator to raise awareness of the problem or of an important issue. You can also start advocating for a cause like inclusion by sharing information with that same group. Speak up, give them information, and help them learn how to be inclusive. They will listen because they care about what's important to you. You could create things for social media.
Like when we create our vlogs.
Exactly. Our Youth Ambassador vlogs give a behind-the-scenes look at what inclusion looks like in our everyday lives. It shows how easy and important inclusion can be. You can also share things you find.
Like our Unified Talks episodes, have them subscribe to our Generation Unified YouTube channel.
Wait, you should probably subscribe too.
Pause your video real quick, scroll down and click subscribe, then resume.
Where were we? Oh yeah. Starting small with those in the circle closest to you will help give you the confidence you need to take bigger action.
Not to mention, it will help you see the positive impact of advocating for something you care about.
And you may even empower another person or group to start advocating too. Let's go back to our circles. But now, let's look at some of those outer rings. Those rings include situational friends, like someone you may see in class or during a shift at work.
They may also include larger groups like an entire senior class at school.
Once you have the confidence to empower those in your inner rings, you can begin to empower and advocate with those in your outer rings.
For example, have you ever seen a classmate struggling to complete an assignment? Or have you ever seen someone treated unfairly at work?
Before you speak for them, ask them if they need help. Support them as they advocate for their needs in class or at work.
Organizing, leadership, or whole school engagement activity is one way to advocate for inclusion on a large scale.
For example, when you encourage the entire school to come to watch a Unified game, students unfamiliar with Unified will be able to see how many abilities students with ID have. They'll see that including them throughout the school is a powerful and positive action for the entire school community.
Seeing an event like this could empower even more people to advocate for inclusion within your school and beyond. Those rings can grow bigger and bigger until eventually you're advocating at your school board, at a town hall meeting, or even with Congress.
It's just like dropping a rock in a pond. That ripple effect goes on and on. One day, you can empower people to start or support a movement, like Eunice Kennedy Shriver did for inclusion, Martin Luther King Jr. for civil rights, and Greta Thunberg for environmental justice.
Are you ready to start using your voice for good?
Remember, if you don't speak up for the cause you care about, nothing is going to change.
We can't wait for someone else to do it for us.
We hope we've empowered you to post some information about a cause close to your heart on social media.
Tag us at Unified Generation so we can learn from you and share your voice to a bigger audience.
If you're ready to kick it up a notch, learn about one of our advocates, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, by visiting the Special Olympics website linked below.
She is a true example for an advocate for inclusion. Bye, Unified Generation.
Bye! Oh, that was really great. I think my hand's gonna fall off.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Bye, Unified Generation.
Bye! That was better.